is The Flower of Freedom by Deborah J. Reeves. All rights to both the book and this presentation, as always, are reserved. We're just delighted that you're here, and we hope you'll take a moment to consider subscribing and giving us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the presentation. Here we go. This is Chapter 81, Achille's SOS. Are you comfortable? So am I. Hans followed us. It might be possible, but I don't see how. He was still at the resort when we took the car away, and we didn't even know where we were going, responded Marie. He wasn't seen again at the resort. When he left the table that he was sharing with that little girl, he was never seen again. He left everything in his room, all his luggage, but no papers or documents were left. In fact, the manager of the lodge told me that they still have his bag in their storage room because the local cop thinks they're all nutty for thinking a war criminal pedophile was at the resort. He shook his head, horrified by the potential for harm that comes from ignoring the evidence in favor of denial. The murders happened at the arena after Bertie was injured. Could Hans have been watching the game? That cross-check was a seriously illegal move. Anyone who uses it is trying to injure someone. If Hans saw someone do that to his son, do you think it would have driven him to murder them in retaliation? Asked Marie. He was on the edge anyway. He must have been frustrated if he spent his days searching for a son he never knew he had. God forgive me for speaking ill of the dead, but Paulette never could keep her mouth shut, and she was so enamored with Hans Schmidt that she allowed him to kill her, and she brought this plague down on the world. I hope she rests in peace, but I wish she had allowed us to have some too. Marie nodded that she understood his point. Maybe he planned to take that frustration out on the little girl, and that was thwarted too. For some reason he went to Zurich. We know he was there by the fingerprints in the murder house, not to mention that other poor dead girl's body. Could it be that he wanted revenge for those hockey players damaging his son before he even knew him? Asked Marie. That does not sound like an unreasonable assumption, Marie, Achille agreed. The way the murders were conducted is consistent with his modus operandi, as the police officers say. What should we do? Asked Marie with a look of terror on her face. Remember this. After 4 murders, Zurich has to be far too hot for him right now. He's no longer head of the SS. He has lost his ability to control the narrative. It would seem to me that he finished off his business in an orderly fashion for a madman, and that he was working his way out of town. I'll bet he's back in Argentina right now. At this moment, I hope that you'll give me that list. Please. We'll go on with our lives, and we will protect everyone we love by getting the facts and by being vigilant. I will get the information to people who are far better equipped to evaluate it than I am. After Marie left the cafeteria to go back to Bertie's room, Achille went to the cafeteria cash register and asked to buy some change for a long-distance call on the payphone. First, though, he made a local call to Helmut, and he told him that Marie had brought some issues to his attention concerning the reasons they had come to Zurich in the first place. He asked if he could invite his friend Francois to join them for a discussion. Helmut insisted that Francois and his wife be invited to stay the night at their home. Helga will be thrilled, he insisted. I'm hoping they can come tonight, Achille said, but I'll keep you posted. He dialed Francois at his office in Paris. The secretary connected him in moments. Achille, how's Bertie? Francois asked in a worried tone. Hilarious, Francois, hilarious. I can barely stand to see him so wounded, and he makes everyone laugh. The boy of yours is terrific, too. He's a bit stressed, though, so maybe you can come and help me and your son at the same time. Anything you need, Achille, Francois said solemnly. I don't want to talk about the details over the phone, but I was hoping you would consider driving to Zurich to talk with Helmut and I about some serious matters. But Bertie's all right? Asked a worried Francois. Yes, I wouldn't mislead you, Francois. Marie just sat me down, and she made a list of serious issues about dangers we must consider. I need your clear, analytical brain to help me sort through things, and I cannot come to you at this time. I'll call Josette as soon as I hang up. We'll be in the car as soon as we can. I'll cancel my appointments for this afternoon. Tell any of the young people who are still with you that if they want to come home for school, they can come home with us. The ones who are left at the resort are already back in school. It's so wonderful to have a friend to rely on when I feel confused or overwhelmed, Francois. Thank you. I'll give you the boss's address. His wife Helga and Josette will like one another. Their son Dietrich is a nice young fellow. After telling Francois the address and giving him the boss's phone number, he said goodbye, and he went back to the upper floor to see if Bertie wanted company. That's the end of chapter 81, and we're just delighted that you are here. Please come again, and again, please consider subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. See you soon.